these notes are over dividing decimals by whole numbers, and we're going to do the top half of the foldable today and then the bottom half of the foldable tomorrow. The bottom half is dividing decimals by decimals, so it's similar, it just has a few extra steps. Go ahead and fill in everything you see in the red, fill in the blanks. It says when dividing a decimal by a whole number, you must bring the decimal straight up, keep dividing until there is no remainder, and if you run out of digits, add a 0 and keep dividing. And then I'm going to have to go to the next slide, so if you don't have all of that down, pause it so that you can catch up. So these are the two examples on the bottom of like the top left box. So it says 9.51 divided by 6. So you're going to divide just like you would if it were whole numbers, but then whenever you cross over the decimal, you have to bring it straight up into your answer. So 6 can go into 9 one time, and then you'll just subtract 6, which gets you 3, carry down the 5, and now you have 35. And 6 can go into 35 5 times. Oops. I don't know how that happened, but that sure wasn't a 5. 5 times. And then we crossed over the decimal, so make sure to put the decimal in your answer. And 6 times 5 is 30, so subtract 30 from 35, and you get 5, bring down the 1. So 6 can't go into 51 exactly, which means we're going to have to start adding zeros. And if I remember correctly, 6 can go into 48 8 times. So 8 goes up here, subtract 48. See, 48, 49, 50, 51, so 3. And this is where you have to start adding zeros. So if you add 1 0 to the end, drop it all the way down, then this becomes a 30, and 6 goes into 30 exactly 5 times, and you would have a remainder of 0 left over, which is what you want. Next example, 1.26 divided by 5. So 5 cannot go into 1, so go ahead and put a 0. And then we're crossing over the decimal, so put the decimal in your answer. And then 5 can go into 12 2 times. Subtract 10 from 12, and you get 2. Drop down the 6, so 26. And 5 can go into 25 5 times. Subtract that, and you get 1. We're out of numbers, so add a 0. Drop it down, and it's now 10, and 5 can go into 10 2 times, and I didn't have room to do this on the other example, but you should end up with a remainder of 0. So 0.252. Next slide. Um, 0.224 divided by 7. 7 cannot go into 0, but it can, actually it can't go into 2 either, so you've got 0, and then we're crossing over the decimal, so point. It cannot go into 2, so another 0. And then 7 into 22, that would be 3 times. Subtract 21, and you get, let's see, 1. Drop down the 4, and you get 2. 7 goes evenly into 14, so you get a smiley face and a remainder of 0. I want you guys to go ahead and try this last one on your own. Please pause the video, and then when you're ready to hit play to check your work, go ahead. Alright, so let's see. 6 goes into 7 one time. Subtract, you get 1, drop down the 3. So 13, that'd be twice. Subtract, you get 1. I'm crossing over my decimal. I'm going to run out of space too. Drop down the 0, you get 10. 6 goes into 10 just one time. Subtract 6, and you get 4. Drop down the 0. 6 cannot go into 40. It can go into 36, though. 6 times 6 is 36. Oh, no. I'm going to go up here. That brings you 4. 40 minus 36 is 4. Drop down the 2. And 6 goes into 42 evenly 7 times. Remainder of 0. So you should have got 12.167. Make sure this is glued into your math notebook. That way you'll have it for tomorrow to finish the bottom.